Um, Hi everyone. My um, official profile is I come from an engineering background, and I was born in India, and as an engineer, software engineer, I moved to America and started working at a bank as a software professional, and 4 or 5 years of working over there. I got the idea to build LetsLunch.com after eating out lunch with the same colleagues every single day. I'm in my 20s.
20s. Okay.
Yeah,
It's 20 or
20, but
21, 22?
that's for you to guess.
Ah, okay.
Let's Lunch is a professional networking site. Our goal is to make it very easy for you to connect with other professionals. So you can go on LinkedIn and Twitter, but it's not made for meeting people. You have to keep on asking back and forth messages that, hey, when are you available? When am I available? Should we meet? And it has so much hassle that we built Let's Lunch that guarantees a one click networking with the people you want. So when I show you the demo, you'll know how easy and fast it is to really build those personal networking solution for people that you always dreamt of meeting, and other professionals who you want to connect, and don't have time to uh, you know know don't have time to spend finding out their availability. So we brought those practical aspects that LinkedIn and Twitter were missing, and allow it on Let's Lunch to for you to take on and build your network over lunch.
Okay.
Okay, so first thing you do on Let's Lunch as a one time is tell us your lunch zone, which area you're available in, like how far can you go for lunch.
Okay,
So this is my
just one second. I will translate here as soon as you mention it. Lo primero que hacemos es ver la zona donde tú estás ubicado para ver los restaurantes de la zona donde puedes quedar a comer. Ok.
So here I adjusted my lunch radius to 6 blocks each. So I live around here, and 6 blocks up and down. So that's my maximum distance that I can go for lunch, and I can add multiple locations. So if I'm at different places, then I can switch between work, home, and client. So right now, my home is here, so I'm gonna work from.
Ok, ahí marca un poco la distancia. You say 6 miles?
No, I said 6 blocks. Just
A 6
I
blocks.
can.
Ok, sorry. A 6 bloques, 6 cuadras de distancia. Ok.
Okay, so first I did it, so that's gonna stay forever. So that's a one-time thing. And now every week I go, every week or every 2 weeks I go to this upcoming lunches page, and I'm gonna put my lunch availability here, where I make myself available to the community, saying that, hey, I'm available on these days and this time.
Ok,
So
ok, sí. Bueno, en la parte de Oncoming Lunches, que en español se llamará seguro de una forma, lo que dice es en qué días y a qué horas está disponible Syed para comer, que ahí lo va marcando, va los días y las horas, ¿vale? Ajá, ok.
so let's say I select here Monday, December 10th, the time for lunch, and which zone. So am I gonna be at this area, that area, or this area? So I select these days up to 1 month in advance, and I submit it. So once I do that, then then I can I'll be available in the directory of people who are available for lunch. So like this, this is like people available for lunch today for lunch. So I can search and find who's available
Okay,
and
the
send them a
people
lunch
who is,
request for
sorry,
that.
yeah, the people who is available in your area.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is a huge list of people available in my area.
Ok, esas las personas dentro de que tienen un perfil en LetsLunch que están disponibles en esos días en ese área. Ok.
So another thing is, I'm available, so I can ask these people, or since my name appears in this directory, others can come and ask me for a lunch, and you can wait for others to come and contact you for lunch, or you can do another thing, that is we have algorithm. So if you did not ask somebody for lunch and nobody asked you for lunch, then our algorithm finds out, and sets you up for lunch with one person who we think you should have lunch. So it's like Google's, I'm feeling lucky. So if you do not do this, then we can ask you, hey, you did not select lunch person, but we think you should go with this person. So that way, we made sure that, we provide you pretty easy. So when you want to request a lunch with somebody, like for example, I want to have lunch with Paulina. So what I do is I go to her profile and see which days she's available and what's her,
Profile.
interest details. Yeah, profile. And then I click on, request lunch. So it asks me for a purpose, is it to expand my network, or, one of these options, and then I can write a message and, send a lunch request. So it's as easy as that, because I know, where the person is available, and that way I get to, make my lunch plans, and fill my, lunch, days that I'm available with the people who interest me.
Ok, let me translate a little bit. Bueno, ahí vemos las personas que están disponibles y bueno, resumiendo mucho, si vamos directamente a Request Lunch, vemos el perfil de esa persona, los días que tiene disponibles y con el perfil que estamos viendo, que estamos leyendo, si nos interesa podemos solicitar pues quedar para comer. Ok, so you request lunch from someone and what is the next step?
Yeah, so you just send them a lunch request, they receive an email saying that, they have received a lunch. So look at my lunch calendar, every day I have like lunches with people. And once I go on a lunch, like for example, I went on a lunch with this person yesterday on December 4th. So I get to rate the person. How was the lunch experience? Like 10, 9, 8, 4. Do I want to meet him again? And I can write a public testimonial, like a LinkedIn review.
Okay,
where...
this is interesting. Let me translate. Nos ha mostrado Syed comidas que tiene y las que ha tenido recientemente. Entonces, una vez que finaliza, puede entrar aquí en esta aplicación y entonces puede marcar el interés con esas estrellitas que aparecen ahí, el interés de esa comida de esa persona, decir si es interesante volver a fijar un almuerzo con ella o no, e incluso poner algún comentario sobre la comida, sobre la persona. Ok.
So I'm writing a real review for this person.
Ok.
So I can also give him, like vouching for his skills if required. So I can also rate the venue. So
También, ok. También se puede
venue, like,
calificar lo que han comido, el menú.
So that way we are collecting a database of what are the good restaurants for lunch, business lunches, and that way we can promote restaurants, in future, and charge money to restaurants in future for promoting.
Ajá. Sí, también puede ser interesante para los restaurantes. Bueno, va a haber una calificación, los perfiles, la gente que está en LetsLunch los puede calificar. ¿Ok?
All right. So that's as easy as that. And then we have the groups concept, where you belong to a certain group. For example, this is one of the groups of ladies who lunch. So this is one of
That's
the
very interesting, and this is very funny. I saw it, and could you explain a little bit about the groups, about this group, and what are the benefits to belong to a group? Why belong to a group inside LetsLunch? Vamos a hablar un poquito del concepto de grupos. Dentro de LetsLunch hay grupos, por ejemplo, hay uno que son mujeres que comen, no sé cómo traducirlo, ladies who lunch, suena mucho mejor en inglés, y nos va a explicar un poquito, Syed, en qué consiste eso. Ok, Syed.
So the group's concept is to see people who belong to a certain college or certain community, or have certain skill set. So these are like, if you just want to have lunch with girls, then you can see here who are the members. And one thing we are releasing a feature in next week is we'll put the people who are available, their pictures and their bios here. So if you can see, who is available within the group, and then invite them for lunch, or they will invite you for lunch. Your name will be visible here if you make yourself available. So this is just one example of the group's feature. So we have other groups of very like, for example, like designers or UX design, or funders and online marketing. Yeah, look at that. So if you want to meet marketing people, then we'll be able to show you who is going on lunch with who, and who you want to connect with if you want to learn about. So these are all marketers. So who you want to connect with, marketing people.
Ok, sí, eso nos está mostrando Syed los grupos que hay dentro, nos ha enseñado de ladies who lunch, mujeres que comen. Entonces, bueno, pues dentro del grupo se ven los perfiles de mujeres que pertenecen a ese grupo. La semana que viene va a estar disponible, además, dentro del grupo, la disponibilidad para comer y las horas. Y bueno, pues hay grupos de todo tipo. Hay grupos de diseñadores, grupos de gente relacionada con el marketing online, etc. Aquí están los grupos. Aquí nos está mostrando los grupos que hay en este momento. Estamos hablando de LetsLunch en Estados Unidos. Ok. Okay, Syed.
So
that's, I think...
yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very clear. So I think this is the main features, okay, of... oh, this is the Italian LetsLuncher, I can see.
These are like Italian people who live in US, and if they want to meet each other, they can go on lunch.
Ok, aquí un grupo de italianos que viven en Estados Unidos y que por si quieren quedar a comer. Ah, no, perdón, is to have Italian LetsLunch user. Sí, es de italianos. Sí, muy bien, muy bien. Ok, so... estábamos hablando con Syed también antes, que no lo hemos mencionado. Para abrir un perfil, pues se van pidiendo una serie de datos muy sencillos para abrir el perfil. O también, si tienes un perfil en LinkedIn, automáticamente te capta los datos de LinkedIn. Es más sencillo. Por eso se ven, además, lo vemos en este pantallazo, quién tiene perfil en LinkedIn y ha subido el perfil a través de LinkedIn o quién no. Si él nos va a hablar de los sponsor lunches, que son los que vienen en este lado de aquí, que son cuentas premium de gente que se quiere promocionar y entonces aparecen de una forma en la parte superior porque tienen mayor interés y pagan una cantidad para aparecer en esa posición. Okay, so I already explained about the sponsored lunches. Is anything more important, or should we follow with the interview? So we continue.
Your wish. If you want to know what is sponsored, then I can talk about it. Otherwise, we can continue.
Okay, let's continue then.
So the reason we made it very global scale platform is for two reasons. One was it's very popular in Europe. Europeans have a lunch culture. I'm sure Spain has the biggest lunch culture of
Yes,
lunch siesta and
surely.
things.
Yes.
So we received a lot of requests. And secondly, we our advantage is of being international. So a lot of time, our site is made for entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs travel a lot. Spanish entrepreneurs are always in Silicon Valley, and Silicon Valley people are visiting Europe for for launches and things. So our advantage is if you're using it in Spain, you can come to America and you don't have to create another profile. All you have to do is change your lunch radius to whichever city you are in America, and you get to meet other local people.
Uh-huh.
And same way, if somebody's from here going to Spain, and they can change their profile and then meet you, locally. So we are fostering connections between entrepreneurs on a global scale wherever you are, because the world is becoming flat. That means traveling and networking is going to be pretty pretty frequent. And then we went most of the countries in Europe, except New Zealand, because of the cultural fit with the product of the lunch. I'm sure that's why it excited you. And if it was Let's Dinner, I'm sure you may not have thought again. But this being lunch and this being business, it really gels well with the Europe, and that's where we couldn't hold back from
Okay,
and plus
that's
we have dozens of people approaching us to help us launch there. So there's no reason we should go slow on
yeah.
it.
Great.
So the reason is we need local community managers in every city where people are spreading the word about us. So that's where we do most of our product development and engineering here. But when it comes to marketing and PR and evangelism, this is where we need to have a local person a must, because our site takes people offline into the real world. And that's when having somebody oversee launch in a city becomes pretty important to us, more important than any other site which is just online, because we are all about offline. And that's when offline people are required
Okay.
so Brazil, Russia, India, and China, these are the places where most of the money is, most of the upcoming technology developments are pretty prominent over there. And we have a lot of interest from these people already, because we are lucky that our kind of platform has demand all over the world. People eat lunch everywhere, people do business anywhere. So we have some interest from people over there. So we are still in the plans of planning the whole things out. So we are still testing it, but we don't have immediate plans of launching China yet. But we are keeping an eye on it, because our strength is our ability to spread globally. That way, what happens is once people create profiles in Russia or China, wherever it is, then even it helps here, because we could say that, hey, you could meet people all around the world if you just stay here. Just like Airbnb or couchsurfing, couchsurfing, it allows you to meet people from international. And that's what we are tapping into, to foster that community of not only international people but local. And we our site is pretty easy to scale in terms of technology to any other country. So we are looking at long term, and with that starting to take shape in various places that we think we should be live in.
Okay.
I didn't look at that, but last I checked, we had about how many? About 15,000 plus users everywhere. And
15,000. 1 5.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So 15,000, and outside of in Europe about 7,000 in Europe or something.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the biggest time change, that we noticed was, lunch in America is at 12 and, 12 to 1, but, in Spain it's like 2 o'clock. Like, lunch pretty late,
2
2
to
o'clock or
30, 3 o'clock, yes.
1 or 2, and we haven't launched in Spain, so we don't know. We can't speak about Spain, but I can talk about Italy,
Uh-huh.
Italy and Amsterdam and things. So in Italy, lunches are less professional, and people care less about your what kind of work you do, but more about the other aspects of your personality. So we try to keep it pretty professional and business oriented, but people also want to get together just for the sake of getting together with someone. And in the US, like, it's very goal oriented. Hey, I'm an entrepreneur, I want to meet other person who works at certain industry or certain like that. But in Europe, it has been that people want to network with you, and I'm sure they feel that later on something can come out of it because of your networking relationship. But they're not so picky. But in America, people are very picky about who they want to go with. But in Europe, it's been pretty open-minded because people value people more in terms of everything else as well, in addition to their business. But here it's like only business that people care about.
Okay.
So I think I like the European style where people meet you and do not sell you, or do not have, like, on the back of their mind, hey, I'm gonna sell this person something, or I'm gonna ask him for some favor. So provide value first, think about what you can offer, and if you can offer, if you have something to offer, and if you are like thinking in terms of giving, then always people will return you back. But if you go with, like, what can I get out of this person, then it's like it is not such a successful lunch, where you say. So always offer and be in the moment of always thinking about providing value, and then value will come to you. So a lot of people are like worried, like, what will I, what kind of things that the other person will do for me, like, can he introduce me to his boss, or can he recommend me a job, or can he do certain things. But ask the other person what he needs, and then try to fulfill that. And then every person you meet knows 20 more people. So if you build a solid relationship with someone, then chances are that he is going to introduce you to one of his 20 people that every person has in his close network. And take time to develop and foster a relationship, and it becomes easier to get favors than go with the purpose of getting favor right away, which without even building your relationship. So set up like 1 or 2 lunches with someone, and then by the time you realize, other person would have known all the things that you're looking for, and most likely would have introduced you to maybe his brother, or maybe his distant relative, or somebody he plays tennis at the club. So that's how we build on building quality relationships. That's the purpose. We don't want to have like 600 Facebook friends or 1,000 Twitter followers, but maybe 100 or 150 people that you actively lunch out, who are around you and have deeper relationship. And then those 100 or 150 people that you're gonna meet in your in a year or two of lunches, then those people will have such a network that you don't have to look beyond anything else within your network, that you'll be able to connect with anybody in the world. And this is something that we are promoting, and it will be visible once some of our top users in US have been on 70 lunches or 80 lunches. and they are seeing that every networking need they need is within those 80 people that they met and network with. So yeah, that's the small
Okay.
thing on the second network.
Bueno,
Okay, so in Spain, we are looking to get some more media coverage and awareness of our launch. So we are trying to sign up, uh, few hundred people, and also few VIPs like celebrities of Spain. So we want to get these challenges fulfilled, and then we'll be ready to launch. And we are actively working on recruiting VIPs, getting more media coverage and awareness in all the top networking and business related websites or blogs in Spain. And by the time we finish that, it will be end of this month or early January that we'll be ready and we'll go live with our platform. It's been already about 400 people signed up already for our pre-launch.
400?
Yeah, already 400 people signed up, and we are almost like theoretically ready, but I think we want to finish some more tasks in the background that we have. And once we do that, then we'll let you know with the launch date when we are gonna go live, and you get to try the product and we actually meeting people in Spain.
Uh-huh.
So far we have seen people split. They go Dutch in terms of luncheon, but in future we are thinking, we have ranking and rating system. So if somebody who's of more popular, more higher in ranking, then maybe you should invite him for a paid lunch to make it a strong offer. We are still testing it, but we haven't launched it yet. But we're gonna test with this system of like for example, you are a journalist, you're pretty popular. So in Spain, other people should be paying to take you for lunch, and we if this thing works pretty fine here, then we'll release this pay like offer a paid lunch. So when I request a lunch with you, I can also check box somewhere saying that lunch is on me.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Spain launching in Barcelona has been my passion project. Last year in December, I was in Barcelona for 3 weeks. I was researching about lunch culture
Yeah.
in how it started, what's the siesta, and I think if at all there's a place I could retire after work, it will be in Barcelona because of the art
Yeah.
culture
Yeah.
and the way the life is very different, and so it's really excited to visit Spain again sometime soon, and this time be able to use my own platform, and it has always always been a dream project to launch in Barcelona for some reason.